Hey guys, and welcome back to the vlog. Today is episode 2, January 8th, I think? I'm filming on the 7th, because as I said in the last video, I filmed a day before. So today's video is going to be all about the animals. So you guys already met Courtney in the first vlog. Now, I'm going to get into detail about the tanks. Okay, so before I get into detail about the big tank, because I know you guys are all wanting to see that one first, I am actually going to show you the 10 gallon, because this one I don't really get as much attention as I should. But yeah, this is my 10 gallon terrarium. I call it a terrarium because it is all made up of just land. There's no water feature apart from that cut water bottle as the water dish. I haven't seen her for months. I'm not even kidding. It's maybe been like 3 months. So first I'm going to show you the inhabitants, and starting it off with a bang, because this is my favorite thing that lives in here, is a giant yellow spotted salamander. Don't worry, I washed my hands before I got into this. I have not seen her in probably 3 months. She has gone into hibernation because it is winter here in Pennsylvania. She's not wild caught, but she does stick to the same regimen as the actual wild ones would. Now, she is very special to me. She's the only, one of the only salamanders I actually keep as a pet, because the other ones I have are fed to the snakes. I don't keep them as pets apart from her, because she is just one of my favorite species of salamander, aside from the marble, which I hope to one day get. They're just hard to find. Never really seen at reptile shows either. Then the other 2 inhabitants is, if you can see his little head there, you can see there's an American toad burrowed there. I also have one more somewhere burrowed in here. There's 2 of them. I spray this tank down on the daily. The whole tank is bioactive, and that means that it takes care of itself. That doesn't mean you have no maintenance. It means you have little to no maintenance. And what I do to feed these guys is I feed them crickets, earthworms, dubia roaches when they're available to me. I have a neighbor that I actually have to get more of these from. I can get dubia roaches, but what I have to get more of are isopods. Now, as a kid, you all probably recognize these. They are roly-polies. And you can see these are my powder blues. They like to burrow in the substrate, but you can see they have like a powdery sort of matte look to them, and they're blue. What I feed them is I feed them greens. Now, what I did last night is, I do this a lot, is I let greens soak in a little bit of water overnight, and the water gets the vitamins into the ground and into their substrate, so it allows for the babies to get some of the vitamins and soak that up, as well as eat the greens. Those are my powder blues. I'm not going to feed them because I need both hands to do that, so I got to get another camera rig. See, this is the GoPro Hero 5. I have to get the actual handle gimbal setup thing, a tripod, so I can actually tripod that down like this to show you guys me feed them. So soon I'll get that handle. But aside from that, these are my dairy cow isopods. I say that because they look like little cows. You can see it's white with little black spots all over it. Those are one of my favorites, next to the zebras. I used to have zebras. It's just my colony didn't do well, so I had to go to my neighbor to get those. And I think he has the common gray skirts. And that's basically, I have isopods in the 50 all over the land portion and in the 10, but they get eaten a lot in the 10 gallon, so yeah. But on to the next tank. Alright, and the next tank I'm going to record is my Nano desk tank. This is a 5.5 gallon tank. It's really, the box says 5, but I measured it, it says it's 5.5. And what I have in here is I have 4 zebra danios, a pea puffer, which is very camera shy, but if we're lucky we can see it. It's right there. That's him. I don't know how to sex it. I'm going to figure that out, but I just fed them earlier. I'm feeding the puffer snails, bloodworms, and ghost shrimp when I can get them, but doesn't seem to want to hunt the ghost shrimp. I know I said last video that I bought them, but doesn't want to seem to hunt after them. But has been eating bloodworms, and I just fed him, her earlier, a lot of bloodworms, so a bit of a belly on it right now. And the Danios also got the bloodworms, so they got them as they were sinking, because I have to drop a huge pinch of bloodworms so that they don't all take the bloodworms, and so the puffer actually gets some. I did get a nice picture earlier of a ghost shrimp, the Danio, the puffer, and the little miniature pleco that's in here. I'll put that on screen now, but yeah, there's not really much to say besides what the tank is. I have dwarf hairgrass in there. I have to get the names of the other plants. I don't have them offhand. I will put them in the description if I can get them. And I know I used tiger wood. That was a big thing for me. The sand I got from my sandbox that I used to be in as a kid. I put that glass marble in there that you can see right there because it gives some like stimulation for the puffer, something to do, something to look at. But all the snail shells are not just from the ones he's eaten. Those are also ones that I've had that I put in there as decoration. I'm hoping to get a new desk and have it as an L shape so I can have the tank, this back piece that's all full black, facing that way. So then I can have it like this as a peninsula so I can look at all angles of the tank, which would be great. But, so this, I believe, is the top fin engage tank. It's got like it's got built-in LEDs. I didn't have to buy anything extra. This little feeding door. It has a built-in pump and filtration. You can see here, it's got the filter there, but I put filter floss in it because I'll tell you what happened. The reason I had to buy extra Danios was because one of them, I had a pregnant female, she jumped into the filter. I heard a loud like chopping noise from the pump, and she basically, yeah, she went through the pump and I saw remains coming out of the waterfall. So I stuffed filter floss in there. But what I did as well, as you can see right there, the blue thing is actually another pump that I covered with a little blue bag so that it keeps it from getting sucked in any of the fish up, because the pufferfish is very tiny. Like it's an Indian pea puffer, so it will get sucked up by a pump. But so I put that in there to get it a bit more flow in the tank. And there's also the top fin 10-gallon betta fish heater in there as well, so it heats up water to a tropical temperature, which is perfect for these guys because the zebra Danios are from India as well as the puffer. It's an Indian themed tank, like I said in the last video, but I just covered that now on how it's Indian themed. Most of the plants you can find in India, I don't think all, but like I had to get what was readily available at my local fish stores and my local pet stores. There's a pleco. There it is, right on the rock. That's the little guy. Again, I don't know the sexes of everything, but if you guys want, drop names down below for those guys, and I will be sure to check the comments. We also have the toad coming out more from the 10-gallon. Sorry to interrupt, but he's coming out. There's two again. Also drop names for these guys down below. I haven't named them yet. Both the toads are babies, or they're not really babies, but they're tiny still. One's a little bit bigger than a quarter, the other one's a little smaller. Salamander, for when I do see it, I gotta get a name for as well. But that's what's on this side. And I guess I can cover this guy. Well, this guy is a little escape artist. I put it in the 50-gallon before, but it always gets out because I made the lid on the 50, so it's constantly getting out. I feed that guy earthworms sometimes. I haven't tried salamanders because I haven't found any, because I got that thing near winter and all the salamanders burrowed down in the winter. But I have been feeding it pieces of mice that I feed the big guys, so that guy has been eating as well. So it's good because they get a lot of protein, but in the smaller container. This is the container I put my baby snakes in when the adults breed. But bricks for now, and on to the 50. And here it is. This is the big tank. I used to have a 20-gallon. Started off my entire hobby with a 20. I'll put some pictures of that in here. And I started the hobby off with the 20. I had a garter snake. I still have them, but I wanted to do more. So I put water in there, and then I changed it up again. Then I flipped the water and land side, so it was more water, because I had a turtle in there as well. Then I put the turtle outside, and now I have this. This tank is what makes me happy. I wake up, I feed the fish, I turn the lights on, I look at all the new fish that I add in, I look at what I can find. Then I haven't lost a fish in months. Everything in here is healthy, it's growing perfectly, everything in here is eating. I do have to siphon up the bottom, I won't lie about that. The water level you can see is some hard water right here, so I do have to raise it.
But when I siphon all that water out, the water level will probably drop down to about here. So then I'll add new fresh water in. It'll clear up the water a bit. But I don't even have much filtration. The only filtration I have on this tank for the water is all the plants. I have a little bit of filter material inside this, which you can see the cage here. It's built out of light diffuser with the water bottle, some stuff inside of it, and then it's chopped there so that it spills out in the front there. And I also have a water polisher, which has filter floss inside the air pump, as well as activated carbon down on the bottom, so it gives it that crystal clear look. Right now it's not looking so crystal clear, because as I said, I need to siphon out the bigger chunks and do a water change. But I will cover the fish first. So I have three fancy guppies, 2 females. One of them isn't looking fancy. I have 2 smaller feeder guppies that, surprisingly, they're not the fancy guppies, but they can breed with them. I have around 7 to 8 neon tetras. I have a tiny dwarf gourami, which I told you guys at PetSmart. You guys will get to know him. He's a male. I have a female golden pearl Leroy. She's one of the newer additions that I've had for about 3 weeks now. She's one of my favorite fish. She's got a lot of color. She's related to a gourami. She isn't a gourami, she's a Leroy, like I said. But they call her that because she's gold colored, has the pearl patterning on her. She's honestly a gorgeous fish. I wanted her female because I was worried if I had a male that they would fight together, the gouramis, but haven't seen anything happen. I don't know if they can crossbreed, but that'd be really cool to get his coloring mixed with hers, as well as her really long fins. But I also have 7 angelfish. It's 7. That's why I said I wasn't able to save the one at PetSmart, because my school's already pretty big, and when these guys, some of them look like they're gonna outgrow this, so when they do outgrow this, I'm giving them to my local fish store, because I trust him. He's already got big angelfish, and yeah, he'll have them on his display tank, so I'll always be able to see them if I stop by. I have 2 albino corridora. I used to have 4, but things happened. I have 3 Siamese algae eaters. There's 1 there. There's a massive one in here somewhere. And the new fish that I got are these Priscilla tetras, or X-ray tetras. Now these guys I find to be really pretty. A lot of people on my Facebook groups said they were ugly, but I posted them before they were able to color up. The last video when I showed you guys that I bought them was 2 days ago, so I've given them time to color up. They have the red tails, they've got the light blue tips on their dorsal and their bottom fins, and the anal fins, and yellow and black as well. So I find that really attractive. I'm also colorblind, so some colors pop more than others to me. Yeah, there's a German blue ram cichlid in here. There's a coolie loach, which I used to have 2, but when I used to have crayfish in here, the crayfish ate one of them, and I thought they ate both until I noticed one of the coolie loaches was still here. I've been waiting to see him again so I can catch him and put him under the desk tank, because the coolie loach is from India, and I think he'll live a better life in there. He will also help with the cleanup in that tank, so that would be way better. Now, on to the top section. Now, the top section of this tank is honestly what started everything, because I had to figure out how can I make a land shelf, and how can I make it so I can have animals in here. Now, what I have in here is I have 4 brown anoles, 3 males and a female. I know the number count isn't right, but that's what I got. I have a green anole, which is right there in the middle. I have a gecko, which I have 2 geckos. You can see the tail of this one right here in the camera. And I have 2 garter snakes. The female is out right now. She's right there. She's looking very menacing right now. It's probably because she wants me to feed her, which I will, and you guys will get to see that. And I think I'm either going to do the feeding in this video or the next video, but I will also put some of the plants in the description. I don't have the names of all of them, but I will put them in the description for both the water and the land area. A lot of these are native, because I mean, I really wanted this to look like an Amazonian themed tank. I didn't follow that with the fish. A lot of the fish are from South America, but not all. But my mom gave me this terracotta statue from Peru, I believe. And you can see there's the head there, there's the arm. It cracked. She was throwing it out, so I kind of snagged it. But yeah, there's 2 house geckos, 2 garter snakes. The male isn't visible. He's probably hiding behind the bark. I layered the bark so that they can hide behind it. They can go sleep behind it to get out of the light in the day. They can, whatever. But I have a male and female, and they do breed a lot, only during breeding times during late October and late June, July-ish. So I do end up between 11 to 20 babies. I've only had 2 clutches with the female, and they've gone well. But yeah, that's that. And I feed the anoles crickets. I haven't tried anything else. Dubia roaches, I have tried those. I want to try worms, not like earthworms, like wax worms and super worms, only because I haven't tried it yet, and I think it'd be interesting. The snakes, they eat pinky mice. I haven't tried fuzzies because I think those might be too big. Worms, salamanders, small frogs, small toads, tadpoles, fish. All the fish down here, don't worry, they haven't gotten eaten. I do get goldfish because they swim towards the top and they are slower. And the snakes will sit on the branches and strike at the goldfish, and they might get one, they might not. But it's fun to watch them hunt, but that's also life. I don't think I'll show that on camera at all, of them hunting the goldfish, because I might get demonetized. But what I will show is feeding of fuzzy mice, because I've seen Brian Barczyk at the Terrarium in Michigan. He's done that before, and he's been fine. He's fed his animals like pigs and turkeys and stuff, so I should be fine with that. But yeah, I'll do a whole feeding video on this tank, and I think I'm going to do that for Monday's video. And I'll do the same thing for the 10 and the 5 gallon, so you guys will get to see those, all 3 of them side to side. And I don't know if I'll feed that guy, because that guy just got fed, but we'll get that handled. But I don't know if I'm going to show you guys the other pets I have, like the cats. I have 6 cats. I'll get into that story another time. I might make that for Saturdays, one of the Saturday videos. I'll get into story time about that. And I've also got 3 ferrets, but those guys need their cage done, so I'll have to fix that up before I see them, or have my brother fix it up. It's his chore. But yeah, we'll get that done. Hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, like, and share the video. I want to try to hope to reach 50 subscribers before the end of the month, or hopefully by next month, either around the same time now or before February. So don't forget to share the video, don't forget to tell others, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one. See ya!